Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington, D.C., I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
The Liberty Memorial Tower rises above Kansas City as one of the most commanding landmarks in the skyline. You see it from multiple angles across downtown, and it does not blend into the background. It stands alone, deliberate and vertical, overlooking the city it was built to honor. The tower is part of the National World War I Museum and Memorial Complex, dedicated in 1926. It was constructed to commemorate the men and women who served in World War I at the time, when the memory of that conflict was still immediate and raw. Kansas City moved quickly after the war ended, raising millions of dollars through local donations in just weeks to fund the memorial. That urgency reflected how deeply the war had affected families here. The tower itself rises 217 feet above the memorial courtyard. Built in a Beaux-Arts style with clean stone lines and minimal ornamentation, it projects strength rather than decoration. 4 large guardian figures stand at the base, representing courage, honor, sacrifice, and patriotism. They face outward, watching over the city in each cardinal direction. An elevator takes visitors up an enclosed observation deck near the top. From there, the view stretches across downtown Kansas City, the Crossroads, Union Station, and beyond. On a clear day, you can see how the city is spread outward from the elevated point. The tower turns remembrance into perspective. Architecturally, the memorial is positioned on a rise, intentionally overlooking Union Station below. That placement was symbolic. In the early 20th century, Union Station was a major transportation hub. Soldiers departed from there. Returning troops passed back through it. The memorial stands above that movement, marking the cost behind it. Over time, the Liberty Memorial became more than just a local monument. In 2004, the site expanded to house the National World War I Museum, giving it federal recognition. It now holds one of the largest collections of World War I artifacts in the world. The tower anchors that broader educational mission. What makes this structure powerful is its restraint. There is no overwhelming sculpture at the top. No ornate crown, just a clean vertical column ending in a flame-shaped finial that glows at night. The flame represents the enduring memory of those who served. The memorial has also become a gathering place. Large public events, celebrations, and commemorations take place on the lawn below. It serves both as a space of reflection and a civic stage. That dual purpose keeps it integrated into the city's present rather than isolating it from its past. From ground level, the tower feels imposing. From the top, the city feels expansive. That shift in scale is intentional. It reminds visitors that history sits beneath modern life. The Liberty Memorial Tower is not simply an architectural feature. It is a statement about how Kansas City chose to remember sacrifice, not quietly but visibly, and permanently. It stands above the skyline, not to dominate it but to anchor it. And nearly a century after its dedication, it still defines the horizon.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.